everybody, welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. So welcome to another sheet music list tutorial on the main theme from Back to the Future. So I'm going to get straight into it and start with the little introduction bit that I did. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing in both hands. Okay, so there's nothing too complicated in there. If you can't manage both hands, then just do one. Or the left hand. It's completely up to you. I mean, it'd be nice if you could practice it in both hands. And it should fall nicely under the hands as well. So if you notice, so starting with the little finger and the thumb in the right hand, both index fingers down and then thumb in left, little finger in the right. So you can see I've got a finger for every note there. I'm not having to cross over. You don't want to be doing any of that stuff because that's when it's not going to be nice and smooth. So I played that bit twice, play that once, play it twice, play it 3 times, you know, it's completely up to you. And then I go with the main tune. So with the main tune, so it's a fairly kind of simple tune. Don't forget the F sharp. So with the left hand, you've got some choices here. With the left hand, I play a C chord, which is C, E and G. I'm kind of playing it in this sort of rhythm. Kind of gives it a little bit of sort of drive, a little bit of speed, and simulates kind of what the orchestra part does. If you can't manage to get that rhythm in, then just so what you want to do is start with a C chord, which is C, E and G. Then you want to move to a D chord, which is D, F sharp and A. So everything is moving one note to the left and then one note to the right. But don't forget you've got that F sharp in the middle. So the C moves to a D, the E moves to an F sharp, and the G moves to an A. So C, E, G, D, F sharp, A. So there is a little bit of syncopation going on there, as you can tell when I've slowed that down. So again, just kind of, as long as you have something pulsing in the left hand, it doesn't really matter what fits with what, but so again, it's completely up to you. Then I move to a G chord. So I did play the full G and then I just lift my thumb off because G, D, G, D, because otherwise, can you see my thumb is already occupying that note? So you can just play, or you can play that G chord and just take your thumb off. Again, completely up to you. And then so with the right hand, C sharp, B, C sharp, D. So that's a tune in the right hand. So we've just done that G chord. And then we move to an A sus, which is an A, a D and an E. You don't have to worry about the names of these chords as long as you've got the right notes. So that's called a suspended chord, like a suspension. It's a really nice chord because you can hear that it wants to resolve onto an A major chord. So that's an A sus4, as it's, if anybody wanted to know the actual technical name there. So the A sus4, which is just a suspended A chord, is A, D and E. Moving that D goes to a C sharp, and you keep the A and the E. So if I go back to the G bit, and then I'm going to hit a D chord in the left, which is F sharp, A and D. And that takes us to the end of the first section. So the next bit, so that's the first section, or that's the first part of that bit. Move down to a D, back up to that A, up to the D. Pretty much a repeat again. So the left hand, I just did block chords, so I'm going to play a C chord, which is a G, a C and an E. So a C, which is G, C and E, and then I did a G, B and a D. And then I kept my thumb on the D and just moved over to an A and an F sharp for a D chord. If you don't want to do that, you can just go... You can just play the names of the chord or the first letter of every chord. So the main note of the chord of C is C, the main note of the chord of G is G, and the main note of the chord of D is D. So if you want to just play C, G, D, what you could do is thicken that up by playing octaves. So that sounds quite nice too. Octaves are always a really, really good way of getting away with not doing block chords. If you can't manage those three notes all at the same time, just do an octave of the note that you want to do, and that always thickens it up and it gives the illusion that there's more to it than just the single note there. So if you want to play the chord, move that thumb off, repeats again. Next part, so that's similar. Then we're going to move to a B flat chord, or you can just play the B flat. So a B flat chord is F, B flat and D. So I'll go back a little bit. To a B flat chord. So that was F, E flat, D, D. What you can do is a little echo, exactly the same thing but up here. So if I do that, start that bit again. Echo, and then you start back at the beginning again. So again, it's up to you how you want to end it there. You could just end, you could kind of fade it out there a little bit. It's very hard to kind of find an ending for this sort of thing because it's very orchestrated, but you could end it just where it's just end it something like that if you really wanted to. It's a bit of an abstract ending, but you know, it would kind of work as an ending. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that quick and simple tutorial from the main theme of Back to the Future. Don't forget to check in the playlist link directly underneath this video for more videos in a similar sort of style if you like this video. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.